Good morning. It is day 64 on our Appalachian Trail, Virginia LASH. We just stopped and got water. If you can tell by my red nose and my gloved hands that it is wet and cold this morning. We had rain pretty much all night.
Stupid.
So we stayed in the shelter.
Hate it.
We were dry. And don't mind Reptile back there. And we slept in. Like, I woke up a little after 6 and said nope. So we didn't get on trail till about 9:35, and it's a little after 10 right now. And we just filled up on water, which we have several water sources today. And we also have a creek crossing. So since it rained all night, I don't know what that creek crossing is going to look like. Some people in the Far Out app were putting notes in that you could get by with just getting your shoes a couple inches wet instead of changing into your Crocs or going across in some sort of water shoe.
Not your shoes.
But with the rain that came, who knows how the creek is going to be, because it rained all day Monday and most of last night. So we've had, I would say, probably at least half an inch of rain. The treadway is absolutely saturated as I'm trying to avoid the mud and not fall. And we have 2 mountains to climb today.
Welcome back, Georgia. Missed you.
Yep. It's been pretty cruisy. Just the PUDs, the pointless ups and downs, nothing really major. Yesterday we had 1,700 elevation. Today we have like 25? 3,000 elevation?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yes, we have some mountains to climb. And we'll see how we feel. I stretched a little before we left camp. And I felt like I slept pretty well with the rain. I kept tossing and turning, but I did get some sleep. Reptile's back there all bundled up still.
Hate the cold.
Because it is, what did it say? It was 47?
Like, yeah, 46, 47 degrees.
Yeah. Little chilly. So.
Reptile is ready for his warm weather.
Yes, it's supposed to be warm this weekend.
Where in the hell is the damn sun?
One gentleman yesterday, we stopped at a, like a parkside pavilion. And there were some gentlemen there, and he said it was supposed to be 81, 82 this weekend. So that's just a few days away. And we should be good for hot weather, which means I will be in shorts and a short-sleeved shirt. But
I'll be sweating, but loving it.
Yep. Okay. Going to mosey on down the trail and see what we got going today. Like I said, everything's just pretty much wet and green as far as the terrain goes. And we've been walking pretty flat until we get to this creek. And then after we cross the creek, we get to go up a mountain. Oh. And you know what I found is that Georgia doesn't really name their mountains. Or not Georgia. Where are we at? Virginia. Virginia doesn't name their mountains. Yesterday we climbed up a hellacious peak and I'm like, what is this called? Can't find it anywhere. So, it was just a pointless peak apparently. But, okay, sorry. Navigating rocks. I will see you all down trail. We are at our first creek fording. And it looks like it's going to be a cold one because it is a cold day, but the water looks fine. Yeah. I swear. Reptile made it across. Okay. Ugh. Are you good now? Smile.
I'm losing the phalanges. I'm coming after you.
He's complaining. Alright, headed in. So we made it across the creek. It was cold. It is a cold day. It's about 48 degrees. We still haven't hit the 50s yet. I went ahead and kept my shorts on though, because we have a major climb. But I am eating some peanuts to give me some energy. And we have about 5.9 miles, 2,400 feet of elevation to the top of this mountain to get to the Chestnut shelter that apparently overlooks a sinkhole. I don't know how much we'll be able to see that with all the vegetation, but it is a chilly one today. And then getting your feet wet didn't really help too matters much, but we're back on trail. It's going to be a rough climb. The elevation again is like 2,400 feet, and it looks like we'll be climbing for about 2 miles of the 6 at least. So, wish us luck. Alright, we are starting our 4.8 mile climb to Chestnut Knob Shelter. And we have 2,146 feet of elevation gain. And looks like on the elevation map that there's no real dips down. It's just going to be a very long, steady climb up. At the road crossing that we just passed, we have, you can kind of see the road down there as it goes down. But there was a cooler full of trail magic, and I know people frown upon that. This was a very heavy-duty, lockable kind of cooler type that was full of apples and oranges and M&Ms. I grabbed me a peanut M&M, and then they had huge 28-ounce bottles of Gatorade. Not the little ones, the big ones. So both Reptile and I have got a Gatorade to help us get up this hill, and the sugar of the candy. And that's going to be our next almost 5 miles. It's up. It's like welcome back to Georgia. Oh. So the creek crossing took the tape off my Achilles, and it's taken the tape off of Reptile's tendon issue on the top of his right foot. He still has his tape on because he didn't want to take his sock back off, but it's come undone, so it's just like rolled up underneath his sock. So we'll see how this goes. It is about 1:45-ish. We got plenty of daylight and plenty of time, and I feel like we're going to need it because it has been an uphill day. I think overall we had almost 3,000 foot elevation gain from the shelter. Alright. And it's cold. But I stayed in my shorts because I know with this climb I'm going to be sweating bullets. The problem is that when it's cold and you're sweating, okay. That's a big old campsite. But when you're cold and you're sweating, it makes your nose run. And I'm down to my last tissue. Which is funny because my Kleenex is like my little safety device. I know if I have a Kleenex, I can always wipe my nose, clean up blood, wipe my rear end, whatever I need. But we've been using my Buff as everything. It has been my hand warmer, my nose warmer, my feet dryer, coming across the creek. Definitely multi-purpose. I was going to let this is level, and you can see Reptile is getting higher and higher on the screen, because even though you can't see it, it is a very steep straight up. So I'm going to go huff up this and let you guys know if we make it to the top. So, we are still about a mile, probably 1.4-ish from the shelter. This is the shelter that's supposed to overlook the sunken crater. And as you can tell from the sky, it has been a gloomy day all day long. It has not rained, but it has not broke 50 degrees. It keeps getting colder and colder. It's about 45, I think the last time we looked at the thermometer. And we've climbed out. And look at those ridges. I don't know if I can zoom in. Yeah. There's the zoom. That is where we're at. We're absolutely exhausted. Today was a 9.4 mile day, and it is bitterly cold. We've been going uphill for over 3,000 feet of elevation gain. Now we have the wind being no trees on this bald, but I mean, it's beautiful. It's just so... Let me see if I can... Sorry. I got gloves on and my phone won't do what I'm trying to get it to do. I was trying to zoom back out, but I won't zoom out. There. That's... Okay, well... Either way, that's about as good as I can get it. Hope it's not too blurry. But we've been kind of walking the field. We were walking through a whole bunch of weeds. I'm still in my shorts and it is about 44 degrees. I am literally freezing. I also think that I have rubbed a hole in the back of my sock because the back of my heel is killing me. And when we stopped for me to go to the bathroom, I looked, the back of my heel is bright red, so I put some balm on it and tried to smooth my sock out as much as possible, but I didn't want to have to strip in the middle of the field and all the weeds. Whew, it is not quite 5 o'clock. I feel like we've been walking for like 9 hours, but we haven't. We didn't get started until about 9:45 this morning. So it was a late morning for us to get started, but gosh, today feels like it is a long day. And we've done a couple 9-mile days. I think it's just the 9 miles with the elevation gain. I mean, I swear our switchbacks were half a mile long going up that hill. But it's been something. Today sure has. Blessing was the trail magic, most definitely. I got a Snickers and M&Ms, peanut M&Ms that I've been popping like Tylenol going up this hill. Like, come on, sugar, give me a boost. But it's beautiful views, and I can't imagine if it was sunny, we'd probably be sweating to death without any tree cover, but whew, right now it is cold. So we're gonna head a little over a mile to the shelter and get some clothes on and get me some treatment for my heel, which I don't know, I gotta dig out my other pair of socks, and get some warm food, because that sounds good. Anything hot at this moment. And what's so funny is that, it didn't break 50 today, but in like 2 days it's supposed to be 80. So we will see how that front rolls in, if we're going to get any more weather out of it. It's hard to get service We try to stop every now and then when we get high enough to see if there's any service to check the weather. But definitely don't have enough service to upload any videos. I tried to upload a 12-minute video to Facebook the other day, and after like 15 minutes, it still was at 1%. So definitely do not have enough service to try to upload videos to YouTube. But I will get this week's videos edited and posted as soon as I can. Trail days is this weekend, and I'm trying to figure out what hostels are going to be open for us to get off trail and do a resupply and take a shower and do laundry. But we'll have to check that out and see. I know some hostels I've already noticed have posted on Far Out that they're closing for trail days to go to trail days. So we will be keeping an eye out for that in the next couple days. We've been on trail since, let's see, this is day 4? No, day 5. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's 5 days, right? And you know me, I like to take a shower. There's a guy at the shelter last night. I said, man, the shelter stinks. He's like, it's probably me. I was like, no, it's the shelter. It smells like mildew and rotten wood. But some of these hikers are only getting off trail about once every 10 to 12 days, which is, I mean, obviously that saves money and all that, but the gentleman that crossed the river before Reptile crossed not the river, but the creek, his pack was so small. And I was like, man, your pack is tiny. I said, I bet your food weighs more than your gear. And he's like, yep, it sure does when I resupply. He's like, I don't need a lot out here. He's like, I got what I need. I'm like, there's some people that definitely have a 8-10 pound base weight. They don't carry anything extra. And their food does weigh more than their gear. But we still are carrying, my pack is roughly 24 pounds and Reptiles is roughly 32. And part of that is just our sleep system is, we have like 4 pieces, our sleep pad. Then we have our sleeping bag or sleeping quilt. Then we have a bag liner. And then we have a bivvy to go over the bag if it gets really cold or if it's raining really hard. And the quilt may get wet because we both have down, and down does not keep you dry if it's wet. So, we have, and then our pillow. So technically, I guess we have a 5-piece sleep system, and all of that has a lot of weight to it. But, all right, I'm going to catch up with him and check to see how far that shelter really is. I know we have probably about 400 feet of elevation gain left in the last mile. I don't know if it's going to be wooded or if it's going to be open like this. But, we are huffing and puffing it. It is pretty though. All right, happy trails, y'all.